Hello everybody, welcome back. Exanima Beta version 0.6.2.0i, so still just on the Steam version at the moment, and back on with my run through. So not in too bad of a shape with health like this, but might think about taking the salve before I try and attempt to take on Sir. Hopefully I'll manage to get the whole of level 4 done in this video. It kind of depends on how the fight with Sir goes, but I can always do some editing if I fail on the first attempt, so... So finally make it to level 4, and as you probably know by now, level 4 is fairly short compared to some of the other levels. Let's just have a quick read of this lore. What terrible place is this? A thunderous voice shouts unintelligibly in my mind, as though trying to command me with wordless urgency. It's as though it wants to both urge me and soothe me. I am terrified that I may succumb to its will. This strange helm is my only respite, but it leaves me vulnerable. There is a constant wailing of ancient restless spirits. Has this presence been keeping them from finding peace? So another interesting bit of lore there, and talks about that helm again, the helm that I believe it was Thaven who was wearing, so maybe an indication that that was a note from Thaven. But on the subject of lore, there's actually a guy who I've been chatting to a little bit called, I think it's Moglia, who's done a full series and playthrough on lore. I'll put a link in the description to this video, so go and check that out. Yeah, he's done a really in-depth look at the lore of Exanima whilst playing through the game, and made a whole playlist on YouTube, so bit of a shout out for him. And I think I actually will take the salve now. It just in case I run into Sir straight away, you really want as much as an advantage as you can give yourself, really. So yeah, I'll take it now. Keep on exploring around. I can hear him already. Is he actually come all the way through this way? I hope not. Sounds like he's fighting someone though. Oh, he's right there. Yeah, I'm gonna just wait until my health is crept back up before I even attempt to fight him, but really what I wanted to do was nab a weapon off one of the skeletons and, you know, use one of the newer weapons to fight him, so hopefully I won't get drawn into a combat with him immediately, because obviously it'll mean that I'm sort of restricted to using the weapons that I've got already. So yeah, I suppose I could go with a sword and shield, but I'm assuming that he's gonna move away from this area now. So seems to have gone. Oh, there he is. Uh-oh. Okay, we're gonna have to fight him. It's not actually a terrible place to be fighting him here. Famous last words maybe, but the narrowness of this sort of area sort of is lending itself to fighting him, so hopefully I can get him down. Uh-oh. This could be my death now. Yeah. Okay, so this is a good point to talk about the unconsciousness mechanic. So if you haven't seen this already, if you don't take full red damage all the way down to the bottom, which would still be a death, this is what happens. You wake up, you take a little bit of extra damage from being knocked unconscious, and it's no longer it's no longer ending the run when you're just taking that yellow stamina damage. Now, it is a incomplete feature at the moment in respect to the fact that the plan is for things to actually happen to you when you get knocked unconscious, such as bits of your gear might be stolen, you might get dragged off, to a completely different place or area, and so eventually unconsciousness is going to be really interesting. What might happen to you when you've been knocked out, so to speak. And it also, I think it's going to make the game quite a bit easier for maybe some people who have been struggling, just because it was obviously quite previously if you took your yellow stamina damage, then you'd be dead, and that's game over sort of thing. So it's negated that a little bit, so it should hopefully mean that some people will be able to run through parts of the dungeon a little bit more easily than they previously could do. So one thing I actually could do now is take this helm, and instead of the using the helm for a light source, what I can do is just equip the torch in the secondary slot. And now I can just use the R function to change between the torch when I need to. It's not too dark this on level 4, so it should be alright anyway, but the R function really does kind of help you out in terms of not having to... Well, I don't know. I mean, the helm, the magic helm, is obviously still a really nice item to have, but this is a way for you to be able to take armor that's better or that sort of thing. So our only zombie of this level, and I have to be a little bit careful with this guy. I'd say he's probably about on the same level as the Proctor in terms of his fighting capabilities. It's quite a similar fight to the Proctor fight actually, although he's not quite got as good of good armor on. Doesn't help that I'm actually fighting really badly at the moment. Never mind. I am quite out of practice with Exanima, I've got to say. Like the little break that I had from playing has really kind of pushed me back a little bit in terms of my combat prowess. I think it's going to take me a little while to refine the skills. Get used to doing some thrusts as well, because thrusts is going to be really devastating. I think I'm in the wrong place actually. Ah, no! He was very quiet, nice stealth. So I like to sort of come inside him. If you're sort of pressing close to him and he sort of can get in behind under his arm like that, you can avoid quite a lot of hits. And he's down. That was really smooth actually. Wasn't expecting it to be so smooth. Yeah, anybody who was wondering if he carries loot, no he doesn't, and kind of obviously he doesn't, because I mean he's a naked animal demon beast things, so it's not really likely that he's going to have, you know, a set of armor in his pocket or anything, owing to the fact he doesn't have a pocket. So, well, no clothes anyway. May have a couple of natural pockets that I'm not fully aware of or particularly want to be. Oops. This isn't good. I don't know why I didn't swap weapon then. Come on. Yeah, it seemed to be a little bit delayed. That I don't know if the attacking was stopping the weapon swap, but not looking good for this fight. Yeah, I don't know if the hits that I was taking stopped the weapon from swapping out. I think it seemed to. I'm not quite sure if that's a thing, but I'd have to experiment with that a little bit more. But that was a little bit awkward actually. But a lot less awkward than it would have been if I'd have had to have opened my bag and, you know, done all that sort of stuff. I'm really glad for the quick weapon swap actually though. It's a feature that I actually requested a long time ago on the forums, so I'm glad to see that it did actually get implemented. I know it's been planned from the start. I think it was planned from the start anyway, or it was a decision that they made, and it's really to do with making sure that ranged combat is viable when that eventually gets implemented. But as well, things like swapping from the torch to a weapon is a really, really handy thing and a great new thing in Exanima. Right, I don't particularly want to die to this guy. But oh, that's awful. Oh well, chance to see the unconsciousness mechanic once again. Hopefully now I can stop being so terrible at the game. And I am planning on starting a new series after this. After this one's done, but I'm going to be recording it in a slightly different way. I'm hoping that it's going to mean that there won't be the big delays between videos again, and potentially I could even do, you know, record a full run all in one go and just either sort of gradually release them once a week or twice a week or something, or even just what I might do for the next one is just put them all out in one day. So there's a full series that just goes up in one day. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that, but I'm definitely going to be approaching the recording of them in a slightly different way. So hopefully it's less of a, you know, sort of arduous chore for me. Not that it's a chore, like I really do enjoy making the videos and I enjoy editing them and all that stuff. It's just, it's a matter of time more than anything. It can, especially when it comes to the editing of videos can take me quite a long time. Not that I'm even doing anything particularly special with them, but you know, with audio and all the things, then anyway, blah blah blah. This is where you get your key, and a very nice looking key it is as well. So it's usually something nice in this chest as well. Ooh. Heavy but effective. The encumbrance is quite high on that, but we're actually okay for encumbrance. I'm assuming that it's going to be better than this one. Let's have a look. It's actually exactly the same, is it? No, ever so slightly better on the Pierce. So it looks nicer as well, I think. It looks cool, actually. Yeah, I really like that. So nice find. And yeah, to get to the door that key unlocks, you can just go directly opposite from where the key is, and it's this one just here. Like I say, this is like a connection. You can actually get round to this area without having to open this door, but it just opens up this little sort of shortcut. So there's definitely some loot in this little area. Chest here. Exceptional layered. I've probably got something. Nope. That's a really good find then. Shame the shockingly yellow coloured mind. Do look a little bit like a pineapple with my current colour combinations, but I'll take it. I can deal with being a pineapple. And nothing of interest in that one. I suppose this is the downside of not having the helm on, is when it, when it comes to fighting and combat, plunged into darkness a little bit, where the helm would obviously be a benefit. But like I say, level 4 isn't particularly dark anyway. It's pretty manageable compared to the other levels. It's a really nice looking short sword, isn't it? Just actually keep on thinking he's dead. So this is the skeleton with a note on him, so cool. When I took this oath, I told myself my life no longer mattered. Now that courage, that sense of purpose is fading fast. I look to the others for strength, but I find the same doubt in their eyes. They mocked us, and now I see the truth of it. This is senseless. So a little bit of a mysterious note, actually. It's hard to say what that relates to, and it's one of the older style scrolls, so it must be part of the old lore. Onwards. And hopefully I'm remembering this rightly, but I believe if I go this way. No, that didn't work like I thought it was gonna. We're at the pit trap room where Sarah is, so we're at one of the far edges of the map here. And another chest. Awesome. Get rid of this one now. Would quite like to find the proper leg part if possible. So it's another one of the exits which will hopefully open one day. Look at this weapon. Flanged mace we know from arena days. What I might actually do is just take this, and then if I equip it in my secondary, then at least I've got a one-handed weapon for if I get caught with the torch out again. It'll make my life a little bit easier. This gaming room here. Another gaming room anyway. Get some more pyramids if I wanted to, I think. Sweet, I don't know if there are any pyramids in this one. Gloves for the set. Excellent. I'll give you a quick shot of the stats on them. And probably not much else in this room, I would imagine. Oh, another flange mace. Cool. I believe in this room there's a comb, which will be one of the unique items in Exanima. Well, apart from that, it's in the arena. Thought it was in here. Must be wrong. And I am still planning on doing that video of all the unique and secret items in Exanima, but I'm thinking maybe I should wait and give it a target. Maybe say when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll do secrets and hidden items all in one video. Does that sound reasonable? Say that sounds reasonable if it sounds reasonable. There's the pyramids. I did think there was somewhere. But yeah, so if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, which honestly would be absolutely amazing. Never expected that when I started the channel at all, to be getting to the level that I have already. Sort of 500 odd subscribers, it's kind of was not expected at all, but I mean, if I can get to 1,000, or we say 1,000 will be the landmark for when I do that secrets video, and by that time maybe there'll be more content, maybe there'll be more secrets. But it's a nice way to celebrate a target, and I think and to sort of mark the landmark with a special video. So it's another flanged mace on that enemy. Actually remember if I've already been in here. Don't think so. So, if you haven't found it already yet, then this is the secret item that you can find on level 4. And hopefully you've been able to follow where I am. Basically, it's a bracelet. Let's see what it says. Wide bracelet that clamps tightly around your wrist. You feel a strange tingling sensation when you wear it. What it does is, this might be hard for me to demonstrate in this run, because it doesn't always happen. But you wear it, and if you take a certain amount of damage, it will sort of do like a little sort of electrical effect, like a bzzz, and restore some of your stamina up that you've lost. So in a pinch in a fight, it can just give you a little boost to help you, see through a fight. And then it seems to have some sort of time limit associated with it, so it won't trigger again. So it doesn't just trigger, endlessly, but I've actually only ever seen it do it once myself, and I could do with doing some more testing on it, so I could give you some more information on how it exactly works, but that's the gist of it anyway. It's not something that you really want to rely on, it's sort of just a nice bonus thing to have, I think. Dassen, keep a watchful eye over the scribes and archivists, especially the archivists. There have been many reports of things being taken away. We must be thorough. Taken away and thrown in the toilet by the looks of it. You can see the scribe station and archives. Burn it all. A lifetime watching over things that I must now quietly consign to the fires. For what? The teachings of a monstrous traitor? The sorry truth is that no one is willing now to admit they were wrong. Too much was invested. It couldn't be for nothing, and so we go forth and burn the path behind us. Let blind hope be our guide. Awesome. So that pretty much wraps up level 4. I mean, I have missed some lore actually, and back from when I was back when I killed the zombie, in his room there's a couple of pieces of lore that I've missed, I believe, and well, I may have missed some chests and things. I think I've got most of them, but there's always a chance when you're wandering around, and with me talking at the same time, sometimes it's hard to keep track of everything that I've done and or not done. But I think that is level 4 just about sorted. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the video there. If anybody leaves a comment saying, oh, you've missed this, or you've missed or we really wanted you to read that lore, or whatever it is, then just leave a comment in the comment section, and I will bear it in mind when I'm thinking about doing future videos. I can always go back to this character if you want me to, and show something specific or do something that I've missed if you would like. But well, that will be the end of this particular series otherwise, so thank you very much for bearing with me on this one. It's been a bit of a long, slow run through the game, but now that it's over and done, as I say, it frees me up to try different things with the recording process, and I'm going to be doing that probably next week, probably just trying to record a full run, and as I say, I might end up uploading a full run on one day, or record the full run and then drip feed it out, sort of thing. I'm still sort of thinking about how I'm going to do it, but the aim anyway, just so you know, is that the videos will go back to being more regular, and with time constraints that I've got, hopefully will be a bit more manageable for me to be able to keep the channel going with regular content. But anyway, as ever, I hope this has been fun to watch. Be sure to go and check out Mowgli's channel. Like I said, his lore videos are really cool, and give him a sub as well, because it's nice to see people get the channels up and going with some subscribers. And until next time, thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for sticking with the series and going through it. And oh, one last treat for the people who stick to the end of my videos and listen right to the very end. The next update to Exanima is apparently going to be more content, so a level 5 or however it's going to be implemented. But obviously that is super exciting. More content for Exanima. I cannot wait to be going through some new areas, seeing some new things, and seeing what they've done for the sort of rest of the game sort of thing. I've no idea when it's going to come, so sorry I can't give you any information on when it's going to be, but all I can tell you is that I am ridiculously excited about it, as you probably are too, being the Exanima fan who watched to the end. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.